Hello, Comanche29 here, another Topic of the Week video. In this topic, I'm going to be talking about my favorite member of the Bat family. This topic was submitted by Angel89, and her topic is, why do you love Stephanie Brown? What makes her such an appealing character in your eyes? And why do you think she tends to get overlooked? Cast 2 for that matter. I love Stephanie Brown. Now, I've mentioned this previously that I'm a big fan of Batman. Batman was and still is my favorite superhero ever. I grew up on Batman the animated series and I watched it religiously as a kid. But I didn't actually get into the more expanded Batman stuff until around 10-ish years ago. Kind of when I was getting into college and I met more people who were into comic stuff. And this is where I really started learning about other characters like Stephanie Brown. And once I learned about Stephanie Brown, I immediately fell in love with her character. Cast 2, also. I love Cassandra Cain. But Stephanie Brown was a character that I just absolutely adored. Now, one of the reasons why I do like her so much is partially one of the more unique aspects about her in terms of the rest of the members of the Bat family. Now, for greater context, Bruce is a pretty dark individual. He's got a pretty depressing past, orphaned when he was a child. He spent years and years training, going all over the world, living a relatively lonely life, just trying to become Batman. When he becomes Batman, he's brooding, he's lonely, and this is really where the Bat family comes in. This is where they shine. This is what anyone who thinks that Batman needs to be the lone avenger in the night, they don't understand Batman. What makes the Bat family so great is how well they balance Bruce out. Because you have Bruce being darker, but then you have other characters like Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, who are a little bit lighter. And they sort of mellow him out a bit. In a lot of ways, for anyone who's a Doctor Who fan, it's like the Doctor and his companions. Because you really see, especially in episodes like Water of Mars, I hate that Mars episode so much, but you see that when the Doctor doesn't have anyone around him helping him keep himself in check, and to sort of keep him grounded, he can lose it a little bit. And that kind of happens a bit with Bruce. Now, he's always had Alfred. He's always had Alfred. But having the rest of his family, and basically these kids who are like the children that he takes care of, they really help his character. They really help him be a better person. Now, Steph is unique amongst all of them, because all of them are more lighthearted than Bruce. Dick is very known for being kind of jokey and a little more lighthearted. You've got Barbara Gordon, who's probably more serious out of all of them. You've got Jason Todd, who, well, depending on the incarnation, because originally he was more like Dick Grayson, but then as time went on, they ended up making him a bit more darker, particularly fitting his future as the Red Hood, because Red Hood's kind of dark. And he becomes more of a anti-hero, if not an outright villain at times, as the Red Hood. Damien's pretty dark. He starts off really dark, like actual killing people dark. He mellows out. You've got Tim Drake, who's kind of serious, but he's still, a bit more lighthearted. Then you got Steph. Steph is much more lighthearted than everyone else. She is far goofier, especially when you get to like her actual Batgirl series, where it's lots of lighthearted stuff in it. It's so funny when you look at her character. She's such an outlier, but she's so great. It's great to see the Bat family, because everyone sort of stereotypes Batman in the Bat family in general as being the dark and broody ones. And it's like, yeah, kinda. And to be fair, DC has this really bad tendency to try to push these characters to being just Batman 2.0. They've done it with Dick. They've done it with Barbara. They've done it with Tim. Gosh dang it! Why would you do him? I love Tim Drake. Why would you do him dirty like that? Let's just kill his family and then just make him like Bruce. It's like, no, the point is that they're different from Bruce. Anyway, Steph is just so lighthearted. She really stands out amongst the Bat family, and it's great to have someone like that who, while she's not just a seeker of revenge, she has some dark stuff in her past. Especially the fact that her father is a villain. She went through a teen pregnancy, but she still comes out of this being a positive and hopeful person. It doesn't get her down, and this is great. It's really embodies a lot of what Batman does stand for. That regardless of his attitude, Batman does really care for people. He cares for Gotham. It's the reason why he takes in Jason, Dick, Tim, and Cassandra. He adopted Cassandra, but sometimes DC likes to forget that. And he takes care of them because he knows what it's like. Especially the kids, he knows what it's like to lose your family, to have nothing. Well, not nothing, but, losing that much. So he doesn't want those people to feel like that. So you have someone like Steph, and it's great because she's not tainted by that stupid idea that, oh, well, they all need to be super grim and dark and serious. It's like, no. In fact, having the rest of the Bat family all be a lot nicer really helps Bruce out because it really balances out his character. And it's like, I really do like Bruce's character, but I don't like him as much as when he is with the rest of the Bat family and when he's bouncing off other characters. And some of those interactions are great. The way Bruce and Steph did have some issues because you have some of those writers who just write Bruce as just this raging douchebag. I really hate that. But it's really great to see the way Steph interacts with some of the other characters. One of my favorite interactions with Steph is her interactions with Damian. Her interactions with Damian are great because he's just this spoiled brat, just this complete prick, and then Steph's the nice one, and then she's interacting with him. And it's so funny because I never was really that big of a fan of Damian until I saw his interactions with Stephanie, and it's so great because they're so different. And it's one of my favorite Batgirl and Robin interactions because holy crap, they could not be more different. And it's really interesting to see her be a positive influence on Damian, like everyone else is, because Damian's this assassin child, little just murder toddler just running around, and it's like even Bruce is just like chill. Even the super serious Bruce is like, bro, you need to stop. Another reason I love Stephanie Brown is that sometimes this is forgotten by some people and oftentimes by DC, is that she's held practically every role in the Bat family that she can. She's been an individual vigilante as the Spoilers, what she started out as in her earliest comics, and especially in the 90s. Then she became Robin. Then she became Batgirl. And her short tenure as Robin is oftentimes forgotten. When she died, she didn't even get a memorial because DC doesn't care about her, which really pissed me off. When I found out about this long after the fact, I'm like, just come on. And like, oh well, Bruce knew she wasn't really dead. Like, come on, guys. They retconned her into surviving. Thank goodness, because then we ended up getting her as Batgirl, because her death was so stupid and so. DC does not love Stephanie Brown, but I do. Yeah, but I really loved Stephanie's character, and it's so funny because you get so used to seeing the dark, everyone's like the dark aspects of the Bat family, and then you get to Steph. Like, she's ridiculous waffle-loving Eggplant. Now, as for why she's oftentimes overlooked, I think this has to do mostly with the lack of exposure. You have characters like in the core Bat family, like you got, Batman, you got Alfred, you got Dick, you got Barbara. You've got them mostly well known because they've been in the most mainstream media, not just comics, TV shows, cartoons, movies. You've got them with the most appearances, so they're the most well known. Newer characters, and I say newer as in characters from the last 30 years, tend to not get as many. Because every time you start a new show, they always want to start off from the beginning, but these shows never run long enough to really dive into the later characters. Stephanie Brown was introduced in the I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s. I don't remember when her first issues came out. Wait, what was it? Yeah, I think it was in the 90s. Yeah, 92. So yeah, you have characters like that who, they just don't get as many appearances. I mean, sometimes they'll get a cameo. Stephanie Brown got a cameo in Young Justice in Season 2, and I think she's coming in Season 3. But I never really watched Young Justice. And then I believe Stephanie Brown was even given an unnamed cameo in the Batman Beyond movie as Tim Drake's wife, which is nice. I like that. But, she doesn't get anything. She doesn't get to be Robin or Batgirl, even spoiler. I think she's spoiler in Season 3 of Young Justice. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with that. But really, yes. But even then, Young Justice, this is recent. This is new stuff. And it's still not a whole lot. Even Helena Bertinelli, she was in Justice League, so she had some appearances in that, so there are more people who know her from that. And poor Cassandra just basically gets nothing, and it's so sad. I love Cassandra Cain. She's another one of my favorite members of the Bat family, but, she gets no appearances. And I really think that's it. I really think that's it. I don't think that there's any sort of... Okay, from DC, it's very clear that they don't want to adapt these characters as much. I joked that way back when Season 2 of Young Justice was going on, they had all those hiatuses. I joked that the reason that they would get put on hiatus was Stephanie Brown got put into a show, and Dan DiDio would be like, Stephanie Brown's in your show, you're going on hiatus! But yeah, no, it's just these newer characters, and every time they start a new show or series or whatever, they always want to start in the beginning. Oftentimes it's just Bruce. You look at a show like The Batman, and it starts off with Bruce, and then you have Barbara and Dick come in, and then that's really it. They don't really go far enough to get into the other characters. And, I really think DC should push characters like Stephanie and Cassandra more. Let us see the spoiler and, both of them as Batgirls too. I was actually really hoping that Beware the Batman would have Cassandra Cain brought in as the Batgirl, especially because they introduced Lady Shiva. And if I remember correctly, I believe they even mentioned David Kane. I was hoping that, then since they were forming the Outsiders, that they'd bring in Cassandra. But then it got canceled. Still salty about Beware the Batman getting canceled. But no, yeah. Yeah, Steph is a fun character. I love her relationships with everyone. She's got the student mentor thing with Barbara, her romantic relationship with Tim, her, sisterly relationship with Cassandra, being the whole parent-child thing that she's got with Bruce, which he's the dad to everyone in the Bat family, except for Alfred. Yeah, there's a lot to really like about Stephanie, and I did get another topic asking about this, but it was also asking about specific runs and certain issues. And while I have been reading some stuff with Stephanie Brown, I haven't read enough to really do that topic yet, because I really want to read a lot more, and especially read more about Tim Drake's Robin series, which has Stephanie in it. I've been really trying to collect a lot of those comics in my spare time, trying to read those, because I love Steph, and it was wrong for me to go so many years without reading even her introductory stories. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. So yeah, I've been trying to do more of that. So once I read more of those, then I'll do that other topic, so that I can talk more specifically about issues, and specifically different, comic book runs. But yeah, I think that's about it for this. I mean, I guess I could dive more into the Bat family stuff, but I think I'll leave it. I think I'll leave it at that. So, if you want to submit a topic to me, you can either comment below if you're on YouTube, if you're on Tumblr, send me an ask, put topic : then whatever topic you want me to talk about. Just make sure the follow rules I'll be posting down below. You can also submit topics in my Discord, which the link is down below, and that's in the topic submissions channel. And again, follow the rules. If you want to watch last week's topic video, you can check that out here. If you want to watch next week's topic video, you can check that out here when I get that done. And thank you for watching.